Hey there, Wargamers, Justin the Arm Painter here from Death Ray Designs, and you guys are tuning in for my 19th video blog, or is it vlog? Vlog? I don't know, whatever you guys call it. So I'd like to thank you guys for tuning in today, and I've got some updates this week, just not a lot of them. So first and foremost, I'd like to apologize again for not being back on Twitch and back on schedule. Waiting on whatever we're going to do about the AC issue here at the shop. So I did make some time to come out this afternoon, this morning, before it got ultra hot in the back room to at least try and film something, but it's going to be unbearable no matter when I come out here and try and sit for 3 hours straight. I did film a battle report with Bob from the Garrison a couple days ago, and you guys should be seeing that hopefully into this week probably. We were out here from around 9 a.m.-ish until around 1:30, 1:40, and when we started it was bearable. By nearing 2 o'clock we were both dying. I mean, we made reference in the video to being dehydrated and kind of delirious from not having water, because it's getting pretty toasty out here. So hopefully we'll have some AC sorted out here soon, which means that I should be able to get back on track with filming some additional tutorials, which I've got a bunch in the backlog, so that's not going to be a big issue right now. You guys will get plenty of that. But hopefully we'll get the AC adjusted so I can create more and, you know, continue getting that stuff scheduled and hopefully get back to my streaming. Now, when I get back, my stream schedule may adjust a little bit, try and figure out what's going to be the best for you guys and for me, and maximize my time here out at the shop. Moving forward, if I can this summer, I would also like to get back on track with doing more battle reports. Doing one every 6 weeks right now or something really, you know, infrequent like that is just not ideal. And I'm not sure how sustainable doing tutorials is for me, because I don't know if I know enough stuff to really continue teaching consistently like that. So it's going to be a learning experience, but I would still like to produce content of some sort, and battle reports are guaranteed. I just need to get people out here doing stuff. So in the model miniatures world, I haven't been doing too much. I have been working on some of my Iron Warriors Cultists right now, which when we flip it around, I'll show you guys. And I know that you guys have been seeing me work on this stuff progressively over the last forever. But I'm making some progress on that, and I'm hoping I'll have those done here soon. I've been saying that the whole time too. I would have gotten some more progress on them last week. We got busy with, you know, life, family stuff, things like that. And then this week I have gotten some work done on, but I'm prepping because I'm actually going to be going out of town for about 4 days. So getting all that stuff situated has taken away some time as well. But I am trying to get those done. I know Wheels from the Garrison, Chris, is coming in August sometime. I'm hoping he's here around my birthday, the 13th of August, which would be pretty cool. And I'll be able to film some battle reports with him. And I would like to have my Iron Warriors ready to go so that I can play with them. I'm not sure exactly what all he's bringing, but I know for sure he's probably going to bring his Imperial Fists. I don't know if he's going to bring anything else. He's got plenty of armies. Just depends on what he wants to do. Car updates on that front associated with Chris. I've got my radiator fixed. I got my clutch stuff situated. I got my universal joint situated. Jeep's fine. I know I mentioned that before, but just reiterating, it's going good. No major issues with that. And to help recoup some of the costs, I have taken very limited number of commissions. It's not something I'm doing full time. It's not something I want to do a lot of, because I want to continue to work on my models so that I could get them in battle reports and play with you guys and share content for you guys. I say play with you guys, like if you're local, we can make a game. If you're cross country or in another country, it's kind of hard unless you want to come here. But anyways, on that note, I have booked a very small Star Trek commission for a client I've worked with before. He badgered me a little bit in a polite way. He was very diligent on trying to get in contact with me on Facebook, and I've not kept up with my personal commission page as much as I should. And I got back to him, told him what was going on. He really wanted me to do it, and I was like, okay, you know, it's a bunch of small ships, and I really feel bad saying no to people who have worked on stuff before. His project's also very small, so it's not going to be too bad to work on. And then Wheels has booked a commission. I had some Blood Angels pending for him. He had me sideline those while I worked on the Iron Warriors. He really wanted me to get those done so we can have some rivalry matches. Which is nice of him, but also stressful for me, because I worry that he's not getting his commission from me quickly. But if I have my information from him right, I think he's also going to expand that commission and add on some more Imperial Fists, which should be cool. So that'll help me recoup some of the initial costs that I've put out for making repairs this year already. And I know this is a commission I did not pick up, but Jason Murray, Table Noob from Twitch, wanted me to work on some Crimson Fists for him, and somebody I've worked on commissions for a long time and ended up telling them no, or being a little bit lackadaisical because I didn't know what my time frame was going to be like. I didn't want to book something and have him waiting 3 months or something for me to get to it. You know, it's not fair to him. And I think he went with another studio. But I did feel bad about that. So if you're watching this, man, I do apologize. I'm sorry. I know he wanted them done by Nova, I think. I don't know if he's going to make the deadline with another studio. But right now with my working world and stress and life and all that stuff, having any kind of deadline or pressure for commissions is rough, which is partly why I got to where I was last year. Streaming wasn't growing the way I wanted. Commissions weren't growing the way I wanted. I was never working on my own models, and that's part of what came to a head. So that pressure, it's like a pressure pot just compressed, and then instead of exploding, I imploded and just withdrew from everything, and I don't want to get back to that. So, but on positive, happy notes, I do have a couple commissions lined up, and hopefully that will help. Hopefully that'll give you guys some different content to see in the near future, be working on. And that brings me to another point for you guys that are watching. I need some feedback from you guys. I know I mentioned at the end of every one of my tutorials, but legitimately would love some feedback from you guys. What do you think of these tutorials I've been doing so far? What can I do to improve? You know, positive, I don't want to say positive, but constructive criticism, please. I mean, if you just go, you suck, it's not going to help me improve. But if you have ideas on what I could do to improve, let me know. And more importantly, are there any things that you guys would like to see me work on? I know I've taken a few suggestions and film tutorials with that so far. Is there anything that you would like to see me do that I haven't? You know, give me some feedback, give me some suggestions, some ideas, some guidance, and I will try and work that into my rotation for doing tutorials for you. And on that same note, what are some things you'd like to see me do on Twitch land? I know I've got some backlog of painting stuff when I get back to Twitch, but what would you guys like to see? Like, that's important to me when I come back. I want to make sure that I'm back on track and doing something you guys want to engage with. So do you want to see me paint some different stuff? Do you want to see me work on my own stuff? Would you like to see some live battle reports or anything like that? Share those ideas with me, whether it's here on YouTube, or if you're watching this on Twitch, or if you're a member of a Facebook group, which you should be. If you're not a member of the Tap Garrison, you should be. Let me know. Like, congregate, talk to each other, talk to me. Let me know what you would like to see us work on, both in tutorials and on Twitch land, because I want to make sure I get back to interacting with you guys and continuing to produce content that you want to watch. And it's important to me that you feel like your opinions, your thoughts, and ideas matter, because they do. I don't make these so I can sit at home and watch them by myself. I don't really want to watch myself paint models. I do that enough. So I want to be able to put out content you guys want to enjoy, and that's kind of my way to connect with you. There's so many of you guys that are out there painting models, playing games, doing hobby stuff, and I would love to meet all of you. I'd love to play games with you, and it's not feasible. This is my way to connect with you. And I know that this is via the internet, via YouTube, but I want it to feel somewhat personal. I want you to know that I care about you having a good time. I care about you improving as a painter. I care about you sharing your painting skills with me. One of the guys from our Facebook group, oh God, his name is eluding me, but Christonix from our Discord page, he posted up his awesome Castellan Knight that he's working on with the crazy lightning-y type of things on. I was like, that was pretty good, man. You know, and seeing what someone else does gives you an idea of like, could I do that? Would I want to learn to do that? What kind of technique do you use to get these gears going, you know? So whether you've been painting for a day or 10 years, what you do may be different than someone else, and it encourages them to try new things, inspires them to grow. So this interaction with me, with you guys, that's what I like to do, and that's also why I push the Garrison stuff, because I want you guys to interact with other people and kind of get that going, almost like a healthy virus. That's not, you know, that's obviously a bad thing. You don't want to get a virus, but like, you want it to be prolific and proliferate and get out there and just, you know, wiggle its little fingers of positivity into everyone. And the more people that get out there and spread that message and interact with each other, and then those people do that, it keeps going and spreading. And that's my goal. I've dealt with so much negativity with the hobby, with people. I've dealt with it when I first started commission painting. I would post something online and people just crapped all over it. And then we started posting pictures that I painted and not saying I did them. This is when I was working for Brush for Hire, which is now Death Ray Designs. We stopped posting that it was me and just made it like vague. It was a DRD thing. Maybe they thought it was Austin or whatever. The negativity stopped. So people engage with you differently based on who they think you are, or whatever's going to make them feel good, maybe. I don't know. But I dealt with so much negativity on the painting front. I've dealt with so much negativity with the gaming side, where people just only care about themselves. That's what's got me to where I am today, wanting to preach the message. You know, maybe you aren't the most skilled painter, but if it's the best you can do, who are we to say negative things to you? You know what I mean? Like, that's what the hobby's about. We should be trying to bolster you, encourage you, and promote growth, and then try and learn something from you if you're doing something different, you know, or put ourselves in your shoes. What did I do when I first started painting? Did I make the same, you know, types of, you know, painting mistakes maybe, or paths? Did I do what you're doing? Did I do something different? Are you starting in a place that's ahead of where I was? Like, because you got a different skill set? Like, all these things, and try and embrace that and bolster each other. There's no reason to be negative. No reason to be negative. And that's why I am where I am today. That's why I want to promote happiness and a positive hobby experience for you guys. And I know I've rambled, so before I continue sitting here rambling about nothingness, let's flip this around and I'll show you guys what I've been working on for my Cultists, for my Iron Warriors, and give you guys a quick update. Alright, so we've got some Chaos Cultists I've been working on. And I know you guys have seen these before, but we're going to go through these and give you an update about what I've been doing. So first and foremost, I'm not sure if the red was done last time I did a vlog, so I'm not sure. But I've been working on doing all the red. I've been working on doing the leather bits, the pouches and so forth. And I'm not sure if I'm going to do these skull masks on anyone who's got a face thing similar to that. I might, because it took a little bit of time, but might be cool. One of the things I have left to do is to do some of the silver bits and some adjustments on that, some little touch-ups, do a little bit of blood effects on that, and then do anywhere where there needs to be flesh, so like his fingers and so forth. Did a lot of dry brushing on this instead of edge highlighting, so like his boots aren't quite as crisp as I would like, but I'm trying to go for speed, and I realized that I'm going to have to cut some corners. And I say that, but then I turn around and I spend forever doing this guy's sashes and stuff and edge highlighting and all that. So I cut corners by dry brushing certain things and then turn around and spend a whole bunch of time edge highlighting others, you know. But I did all the red this past week. That's what I've been working on. There's a few spots here and there that got missed, so like I need to paint the silver on the handle. Like he's got his little gene stealer cult chain hanging down here. I need to paint that silver. I need to do the lenses and do some, you know, the flesh touch-ups, some of the iconography on the berets and so forth. Actually, I missed one of his pouches. Good job, GG, super pro. I've got one of his grenades to paint. But all in all, I'm really enjoying how these guys are coming together. I think they look really cool. Like this guy, super cool looking. I dig them. And like I said, just lots of little details left to do. So these guys are almost completely done. He needs a little bit of blood effects. I need to do his lenses. But because he's got most of his silver, if not all of it done, like he's really close. So flesh and lenses, and he would probably be good. Plus basing. Gotta get basing. But these models look really cool to me. Like this guy looks pretty dope. I'm gonna throw my grenade, blow stuff up. Pew, pew. So he's really close. I need to do his lenses and his flesh on his hands, and I think he might be ready for basing. Some of the guys that need some extra work, I need to do the tube on his gas mask thing, his lenses, and maybe scorch the barrels, maybe. Not sure if I want to do that yet. Or spend the time if it's worth investing it. I'm sure it would look better, but it's like, do I want to spend even more time on cultists that are just going to die in droves? And that's been my struggle the whole time I've been working on these guys, is just finding areas where I can, you know, slow down and do detail, and then finding areas where I really need to speed up to get these guys done quickly. And that's the story of my life. I'm sure you guys who paint can relate. And I'm sure you know exactly what I'm going through, because you can always spend a bunch of time on doing all kinds of stuff. So, but I'm really excited to get these guys on the table. Once these are done, the next thing up, I believe, I've got a few things to choose from. I can start working on my HQs, finishing those, and my characters, or start working on getting my tanks done. I need to weather those up and get those ready for the tabletop, get my dreadnoughts ready, same thing. And then, you know, whichever one I use, the other one I didn't do is going to be what's left, you know. So if I work on the HQs, I have the tanks left. And then time to base all of them. So this is not one of my tanks, but I'm thinking about on my tanks spraying a little bit of brown on the bottom side of the tanks, and then coming in with some weathering powder about halfway through, so you get that brown and then that more powdery brown or reddish color. So it looks like they've been cruising around on a Forge world, which is what I want. I want to do a similar thing on these guys. I want to kick up some of that Martian dust look on their legs. Why is it not focusing? Come on. Focus, camera, focus. There you go. So kick up some of that dust on the legs and have that kind of cracked Martian earth on the basing, similar to maybe that. I think that might look kind of cool. Maybe tone down the wash a little bit on that I did. That made it a little bit darker, so it's a little bit brighter. But we'll see. Something in that realm or a little bit brighter, I think will look good on all those bros. All my Iron Warriors, I think, are going to pop next to that color since they're all that silver and black. I guess that could have looked cool too. I think they both have merit, but I think I want the more brighter red, because this looks more kind of like clay, sort of clay looking. And I really think I like the Martian earth color a little bit better. I think that's kind of where I'm at. So as of filming this vlog, the tutorials for the bases that I'm showing have not been uploaded yet. I have finished doing the voiceover work. I've got 3 tutorials left to do voiceover work on, and all 3 of those are basing tutorials. So it'll be a while before you see them, but they will go up. You know, and I think like that color is too close to the armor, so I didn't want to do that. And then we have this one that's more like a creek type thing. Looks kind of cool, or swamp, something like that. That looks actually pretty good too. But I really do think that the red is going to be the prime candidate. So like if this guy was standing on that base, so like 1 foot here and 1 foot there with the grass in between them, I think that would actually look pretty good. Pretty good. So yeah, that is where I am. I'm not sure how my expansion on the rest of my Iron Warriors is going to go in terms of product procurement. I know that when the new Chaos Renegade Knight comes out, I would like to get that. I'd like to get a couple of the little baby ones, but that is time and the money, and I'm not sure if I have either of those spared enough to be able to work on those models. Finding time to work on them is one thing, finding the money to buy them is the real key here. But I really do think I'm going to try and get at least the new Renegade Knight when it comes out. I think it looks super cool. And, you know me, if I get the big one, I'll probably end up getting some small ones, and I'll find the money somewhere, even if I don't need to. We shall see. But yeah, I'm really excited about these. 44 of the bros. And as based off of last week's vlog, I've got the Legion Basilisk that Clan Wolf sent me, David from the Garrison sent me. So it's giving me some ideas for future expansion ideas for these, or gift ideas for my birthday / holidays, things of that nature, because a couple more Legion Basilisks and some additional models for Renegade Militia would be pretty cool, I think. You know, so being able to have options to field variety of lists, so it's not the same one every time. And I'm really excited to get these guys done with my Iron Warriors, because I think these guys would be a lot more fun for Bob to face off against, which is my most consistent battle report opponent, is Bob. And not that the Dark Angels are like too bad for him to face or anything stupid like that, but I think just having these guys done will give him a new like army or models or forces to face, and that'll be a breath of fresh air, because he's been facing the Dark Angels for months. And, you know, he's been bringing his Eldar, his Space Wolves, and, you know, considering other army options, while I've only been bringing just the one, you know. So me being able to come in and bring some different forces to the table would be a breath of fresh air for him. Plus, his Eldar versus Chaos, that makes sense. His Space Wolves versus Chaos also makes sense. And then his Eldar versus Dark Angels makes sense. And then his Space Wolves versus my Dark Angels, more of a rivalry engagement, makes sense as well. So that'll be nice for some thematic games. And then again, having these ready for Wheels when he comes down in August, so we can have a rivalry match. And then in September, we will have Clan Wolf and Jabasuko from the Garrison / Twitchland. They will be coming down as well, so I'll be able to play some games with them, or maybe do some 2-on-2, some Apocalypse stuff, and things like that. So we'll see what happens. It's unfortunate they're not going to overlap while Wheels is here, but it is what it is. It's nice for me, because I'll be able to get some games in with other people. I just was hoping that they would also get to meet each other and interact. So, but on that note, folks, I think this is a good update for where we are with the Cultists. Again, I'm sorry it's not more, but this is where I am. Let's flip it around and we'll sign off for today. All right, so I hope you guys are enjoying where the Iron Warriors Cultists are kind of going right now. I'm sorry that the progress isn't faster, and I'm sorry I've not been on Twitch recently. I do apologize, but it's just unbearably hot back here. It's not going to be good for anybody. So hopefully you enjoy this. Hopefully you're getting your painting on at home. If so, make sure that you check out our Facebook group, The Tap Garrison. If you're working on any miniatures, playing any games, take those photos, share them with us. We would love to see it, and share in your hobby goodness, your hobby glory, and enjoy what it is that you're doing. If you aren't on Facebook, and or you would just like to connect in multiple areas, make sure you check us out on Instagram. You can use the hashtag TheArmedPainter, hashtag DeathRayDesigns, hashtag DeathRayDifficult, all those tags, you know, so you can share those photos and they could be congregated for everyone to enjoy, or you could literally tag me with the @TheArmedPainter on Instagram. I would love to see what you're working on. Give me some motivation and some hobby happiness in my life, because I paint real slow and there's way more you than there are me, and I'd love to see what you're working on. On that note, if you'd like to help support the channel and keep me employed, make sure you check out deathradedesigns.com. It does help keep the lights on, keeps me having a job so I can continue to produce content for you guys, which I love to do. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel, ding the little bell so you get alerts when we put up new content. And if you haven't checked out our tutorials yet, check those out. If you haven't checked out our battle reports, look at those as well. Maybe you can give me some feedback in both areas. Let me know what I can do to improve, what other content you'd like to see on the tutorial front, or what I'm doing wrong with battle reports, or just give me some strategic ideas or tactical ideas for what I can do to improve, or maybe engage with Bob as well, which has been my most common opponent. On that note, folks, we're going to sign off today. Thank you again for watching. I'm having a great time doing these videos for you. I really enjoy engaging with you. Hopefully you guys are too. As always, happy wargaming, keep on painting, and I'll see you guys in the next video.